Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to my channel. If you're new and if you're not, how you doing? My name is Philco Films and welcome to Singapore. You guys may not recognize the surroundings here, and that's because today I am in Singapore. Wow, I sound so pretentious saying that. I'm really not just here randomly. I'm here because Singapore has been a part of my life. I've lived here for longer than I lived in the UK, believe it or not, and it's basically home. But you know what's really funny? Half of the people that I know wouldn't even be able to point Singapore out on a map. Singapore is a tiny little island in Southeast Asia, and its official language is actually English. So although when you think English-speaking countries, you think of the US, Australia, the UK, Canada, you wouldn't think Singapore, the Philippines, Jamaica, the Bahamas. These are still countries that have English as their official first language. So today's Slang in 5 is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be teaching you the very real Singaporean slang, and if you ever decide to take a trip to Singapore, which I highly recommend, this will come in extremely handy. Now, if at this point there are any Singaporeans watching this video, they may think, ayo, what is this boy saying? Because I might not be getting these 100% right. What is ayo though? Ayo comes from Chinese and it is an expressive word that is used all the time and probably one of my favorites. I actually started using this a lot when I lived in Singapore, and I was using it when I moved to other countries and people had no idea what I was on about. Ayo, this is so annoying. It's usually a remark you put before a sentence to initially express displeasure, frustration, or unhappiness with something. It's not like saying oh my god, because oh my god can be excited. Ayo is literally when you're frustrated about something. Something that resembles oh my god more is the word walao, which people would use in excitement or surprise. Say someone's driving by with a super flashy, modded up car, you would say, walao, this guy's rich. But one of the first things you need to know about Singlish is the word la, and Singaporeans use it at the end of a lot of sentences. They could ask you, where are you going, la? Which obviously means, where are you going? So if you hear this word, don't try to give it a meaning. It doesn't mean anything. It's literally a filler word, just kind of how in English we would use the word like in the middle of a sentence. The next word that you're probably gonna hear if you are a foreigner and usually of lighter skin, you will be called ang mo a lot. And ang mo literally just means foreigner. Locals may refer to you as ang mo, they may call you ang mo, but it's not meant in an offensive way at all. It's literally just a way to distinguish a foreigner in Singapore. Now, while in standard English we may use the word awesome or cool to express excitement, in Singapore, the locals use the word syok. This word comes from Malay originally, but it has become such a norm in Singlish that now even Starbucks is making drinks called the syok frappuccino. And no, this video is not sponsored by Starbucks, I wish. And it has the word syok in chocolate on it, which is the best thing I've ever seen. But that just goes to show how different the spoken language here actually is. Now, this is a word that we use in English. It's the word blur, which in regular speech would mean something that's blurry, is foggy, you can't really see it. But in Singlish, this word has a completely different meaning. Singaporeans use the word blur to refer to someone that is not quite the most intelligent person out there. Someone that's confused, someone that's not really getting it, they're kind of blur as a person. And a common sentence to use with this is, why you so blur? Which seems just like a nicer way of saying, why are you an idiot? Now here's a classic. Singapore is known for its fantastic food. There's these places in Singapore called hawker centers, which are basically like food stalls, but they are so hygienic, so cheap still, and so good that some of them have even won Michelin stars. And Singapore is the only country in the world where hawker stalls have won Michelin stars. Because they're so packed all the time, people will often go to a table, hold the table for themselves by even sticking their wallet on it. I wouldn't recommend it, but it does happen. You can put your wallet on the seat, put your sunglasses on the seat, whatever it may be, to keep the seat for yourself, to reserve it. And the Singaporeans have a word for it, and it's called chop. If you chop the table, that means you're reserving it for yourself. Again, I have no idea where this comes from, but people say it all the time. So if we start putting some of these words together, we can make up a sentence like, ang mo, can you chop the table for me? Which means, hey white boy, can you hold that seat for me? And what do you do when you get to a hawker center and you got your food and you're sat down at your chopped table? Well, you eat, you makan. And it's probably more commonly used than the word eat in Singlish. Somebody says, wanna go makan? Oh, you can already smell that chicken rice. But what if you don't wanna sit down and eat your food? In that case, you can get it to da bao, which means take away. If you see an elderly lady or an elderly man at one of these hawker stalls and you tell them you want your food da bao, that means literally to go. And the last word I've got for you guys, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna include, but I've heard a lot in Singapore, is the word chibai, which is not a very nice word. It is a derogatory term for a lady's intimate parts, but it is also used as an exclamation or in a lot of insults as well. And because a lot of Singaporean insults come from the Chinese structure, which they involve your parents and like body parts. You could say like your mother's male body part as an offense. I don't know, like that's just how it works here. Chibai, which means ladies' parts, is often used in a lot of insults. They have it printed on shirts. They do a lot with this word. It's quite expressive. I don't know, chibai, like it sounds bad, so don't go around saying it to people, but if you hear it, you know it's not very nice. I mean, that's it, guys. Like, we've got these 10 words out of the way. Now you're a little more clued up on what Singlish sounds like. So if you ever take a trip to Singapore, remember these, and I assure you that these are probably the more common ones that you're gonna hear. But for now, I'm gonna go enjoy my time in Singapore. So next time I see you, it'll probably be from some other random side of the world. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Wilco Films, and I forgot how I end my videos. Uh-oh. Oh well, see you later.